wrestling, gumbo to grits, politics to poetry, and all things Southern in between, this is Take on the South. Produced by the Institute for Southern Studies in the McCausland College of Arts and Sciences at the University of South Carolina, Take on the South explores the highs and lows of the American South, examines the truth and fictions of the country's most distinctive region, and picks the brains of some of its most accomplished students. To understand the South, you need to take it on, and that's what we'll be doing. Join us as we take on the South. Today's show is about different ways of seeing the South, and to help us see the South from a different angle, we welcome back to the program Jeff Blake. You will recall Jeff from Season 5, Episode 1, titled Jeff Blake's Top 5 Gamecock Football Moments. People love this. Jeff, as you know, is a seasoned photojournalist based in Columbia, South Carolina, with extensive experience. He worked as a photojournalist at the state newspaper for many years. He graduated from the University of Georgia with a major in newspaper journalism and an emphasis in photojournalism, and his work has been featured in prominent publications such as Sports Illustrated, ESPN, USA Today, The Washington Post, and, of course, the New York Times. Jeff, welcome back to Take on the South.
Hey.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to be back.
Yeah, your first venture into this was fantastic, where you showed us your top 5 football moments for the Gamecocks. And I asked you, do you have something similar? And you said, well, I do this drone photography. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I am in. Because most photography is at eye level. Mm-hmm. This takes the perspective differently.
Yes. And
so what I asked you to do was choose your top 10 drone photographs of Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And that's what we'll go through today. And I think listeners and viewers will be fascinated by this. They're beautiful photographs, but they really do capture the feel of Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. But before we get into it, Jeff, I'm really curious about drone photography.
Sure.
When did you start using drones in your work?
Mm-hmm. It was about 11 or 12 years ago.
Okay. Well, it's a while then.
Yeah. I started seeing it. The drones became more affordable, and they became more user-friendly, easier to use, easier to fly. And so I made the splurge, and I bought my first drone. And at first I wondered, am I just buying an expensive toy that I'm not going to make a return on my investment? Yeah. And I started incorporating it into my regular photography. I'd be covering an event for a client, and I'd say, hey, I've got my drone. Do you want some aerial photos of whatever's going on? And people really loved it. And so I started incorporating it more and more, and people started hiring me to use my drone on standalone events.
Okay.
So I work for a lot of construction companies. Waste Management is building a new plant out in Elgin. So I go out there once a month, and I do drone photos to show the progress for their headquarters, which are out of state. So they know what the progress is looking like and stuff like that. And, brides hire me to photograph their wedding ceremonies. I do the Walk for Life every year at Segra Park, and so I use my drone to get some photos that show the scope of everything.
You must have been one of the first people to start doing this.
I think I was.
It sounds a long time ago.
Yeah,
to me.
I think I was in the area.
Yeah. So did you have to practice a lot?
I did. Yeah, it's definitely a skill, and it's definitely. I like I said, I've been doing this for 12 years, and it's still nerve-wracking until the drone is on the ground. I still have that nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach because, it's never happened, knock on wood, but, if it were to fall from the sky and land on property or land on a person, it could cause damage and or cause injury and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and I mean, your camera on that is, they're not cheap, right?
Right, yep.
Right.
Yep.
Do you have insurance for it?
I do, yeah. Yes.
I've
got liability insurance and everything, yeah. And one time I was flying over the river, and it just decided to auto land for no reason right in the river, so...
What did you do?
It just watched it land. I couldn't stop it or anything.
It's out at sea now.
Yeah, it said, I'm going to land now. Yeah. Oh. So it's at the bottom. Bottom of the river.
Rather in the river than on somebody's head.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Thankfully, the insurance was just like a car. I had to pay a deductible, and I got a new drone.
God, this is interesting. All right. Well, Yeah, there's so much more about drones I'd like to know, but I really want to get into the meat of this because
Sure.
these photographs are fascinating. And these are your top 10. We'll start off with number 10 and
Yep.
work our way down to number 1.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you about each one and some of the context. So, in at number 10
Mhm.
for Jeff's top drone pictures in Columbia, South Carolina,
Yeah.
what do we have here, Jeff?
So this was a wedding at the Columbia Museum of Art
Uh-huh.
at downtown, and the bride hired. They had another photographer to photograph the wedding, and they hired me to get some aerial photos of the ceremony. So this is a photo of the bride and her father walking down the aisle, and we've got the iconic fountain out front of the Columbia Museum of Art in the foreground.
This is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it really works. And you could not get this on the ground. It's just,
Right.
this is something that has to be done aerially, you know?
Yes, sir.
And I like the fact that you're monetizing it, right? So this
Mhm.
is when people think of wedding photographers, they think people on the ground, just like you are.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask, can you use this when you do Gamecock football or not?
No,
They don't think you
it's
can't use it?
3 hours before the game and up to 3 hours after the game.
Okay.
The stadium is a no-fly zone. Like
Okay.
if you tried to fly your drone,
Yeah.
it hits like a virtual wall. Like it'll stop flying within like a half mile of the stadium.
Will it really?
Yeah, and that's for all sporting venues that have it's a minimum seating.
Okay.
So any venue that holds like more than 8,000, I can't remember what the number is,
Yeah.
but so any big venue like Williams-Brice Stadium, it's a no-fly zone.
Okay.
So the university they've got their own media department, and they have permission to fly the drones. So you'll see like during football games, you'll see amazing drone footage during games and stuff.
Yeah.
They have permission, but regular Joes like me do not.
But you're not a regular Joe. I mean,
Well,
you're
yeah.
taking bloody photographs there.
Right.
Well, I just curiously, what what would you give to have a drone license for a game?
Oh yeah, it'd be great, especially an evening game
Yeah.
and the way they have all the LED lights going now. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So I've flown around the stadium a lot when when there's not a game and it's fun. And I actually taught a drone photography class at the university a couple of Maymesters, and I took the students out to Williams-Brice and they flew their drones
I
around.
bet that was really oversubscribed, that class, wasn't it? People loved it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you didn't need a license for this one, right?
I don't know.
Because this is downtown Columbia,
Right.
just off Main.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you got this, you say, iconic fountain, beautifully crafted
Mm-hmm.
seating. Yeah, I can see why this is number 10. What is it about this that really speaks to you as a photographer?
I like the composition. I like the fountain in the foreground, and the bride and her father walking right down the middle, and you got the guest on either side.
There's a lot of circular movement in that. I
Yeah.
love it.
And I always tell brides when they contact me, drones are loud. Some people aren't going to like the fact that it sounds like a flying weed eater going overhead. So
Is it really that loud?
yeah, it's kind of an annoying sound. So I always make clear to brides I don't want them to be there on the wedding day going, wow, that's kind of loud. Fortunately, downtown, you got a lot of street noise and stuff.
That's right, a lot of cover.
Yeah.
How high up is this, would you say?
It's probably about 100 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it really?
Wow. Maybe 80. Yeah.
Interesting.
And legally, you can't fly a drone over 400 feet because then you start getting into commercial aircraft space.
Can it go 400 feet, your drone?
Yeah, it can go. It could go a mile in the air if you
Really?
overrode the restrictions. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't want to be on the news, so
No, don't come near my house.
that's right. Yeah,
Privacy concerns, right?
absolutely.
All right, number 10. Beautiful, aesthetically very powerful and meaningful, and slap bang in the middle of Columbia.
That's right.
All right, number 9, Jeff. Where are we here?
We are at the Congaree River under the Gervais Street Bridge, and the City of Columbia Tourism Department hired me to do this photograph. We had a bunch of tubers, and we started out at the zoo, and I followed them down the river using my drone. And this is a picture of them about to go under the Gervais Street Bridge.
And this is the one that they ended up using in their
Yep,
promotion?
they did, yeah.
How high up is this one? Because it looks kind of like you could be
Not
in a
high.
bank.
Yeah, maybe 15, 20 feet.
So you can use them for very low. I mean, it's higher than you could stand.
Yep.
Yeah, I get you. I
Yeah.
get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's gorgeous, isn't it? And I think that captures so much of summers in Colombia.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's zip over to number 8 because I think this is just breathtaking.
Yep. And I did this on my own. This was during the pandemic,
Huh.
and I wanted to kind of illustrate how there wasn't a lot of traffic.
Huh.
And so you can see a little traffic. I
Yeah,
used
so I can count 4 cars or
Yep.
5 cars.
Yeah, and this was a 2 second exposure. So this is a 2 second long photo, and that's how you've got the headlights streaking and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So the shorter the exposure, the more streak, or the longer the
The
exposure?
longer.
The longer.
Yep.
Um,
So anything that moves in that two
I
second
gotcha.
window is going to be blurred.
Cool. What a powerful comment and image about the pandemic. Everybody's inside. Look at all those lights. They're all interior.
Yep.
Very few people out.
Hmm.
And then at the very top of the road, you've got the governmental agency responsible for what it looks like, right?
Right. Yep.
Have you used that for anything? This picture?
I don't. This was for the state newspaper, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could absolutely see them loving this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I love the state house. So anytime I can work the state house into a
It
photo.
is a beautiful state house.
It
Isn't
really is.
I mean, I've always been kind of bowled over by the beauty of American state houses, and I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
Ours is among the very most.
It really is.
It's
Yeah.
an amazing piece of work.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Loving that. Number 8. We call that the pandemic view from
That's
the
right.
drone. All right. Number 7. There's a story here. What is
Yeah.
it?
So every year I'm hired to photograph it's the famously hot. It's got a long name, but it's the Relay for Life
Yep.
for breast cancer awareness, and they have it at Segra Park. And so I always like to get, I'm doing mostly ground photography, regular photography. But when the sun is rising over the stadium and there's a big crowd out front, I like to get my drone up in the air and get pictures of everyone in their pink shirts.
Yeah. That's. I mean, this is fantastic. This is pretty high up too, right?
It is. This is probably about 150 feet up.
And you need permission for this one, right? Although, well, it's outside the stadium.
It is. Yep. Outside the stadium,
Okay.
and I'm the team photographer for the Fireflies, so I do a lot of drone photography around the stadium. You
Yeah.
can't fly over the field when there's players on the field, of course. But
Right,
other than that, I kind of have free reign to.
Yeah, the
photos.
title of this famous. It can't still be famously hot because haven't we dropped that? Are we no longer famously hot?
Right.
Is that right?
I can't remember. I'm
I
so
think
bad
I
with
think
names.
I,
Yeah.
I think I think that used to be, the signature for Columbia, and they dropped it.
Right.
Which it's a shame because I think it's
Yeah, it's
really
a great.
quite good,
it
right?
is, It's a great one. Yeah.
Infamously hot
Yes.
might be better, but okay, lovely. All right, so let me see. That is a lovely stadium too, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
I
they really
love
put some
it.
thought into that.
Yeah.
That whole area
hmm
is just gonna explode.
Right.
And I hope it does, because the last big chunk of land in Colombia to kind of be parceled off, isn't
It
it?
is. Yeah.
So, and in fact, this is an historical photograph because I think 5 years from now you won't have that grassy area.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. This was in 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's changed a lot
It's
since
changed
then.
a lot since then. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have apartments.
Yep.
Where those trees are in the bottom right corner and stuff. And
Okay.
that road where the police car is in the bottom. That road extends out to the right now.
Yeah, that's
There's-
right.
Yeah. There's a lot of development all on the
a
right
lot.
side of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is becoming history, right?
For sure.
History through drones. All right, what's up next? Oh, this is classic. Okay, what number are we on? 6?
Let's see. This is number 5.
Number 5. Okay. So, obvious what it is. Tell us what inspired this.
Right. I like to do my drone photography in the golden hour, which is 30 minutes after sunrise, 30 minutes before sunset. That's when the light is the most beautiful. So this was on a September morning at about 7:30 in the morning, and I'd been just flying around Colombia for myself for my own personal gratification, and it was a real foggy morning, which I love because that really captures the morning light.
Yeah.
So I did some flights around the state house, circling it and stuff, and this angle I really loved because the sunlight was hitting the fog in the background and just made you feel real peaceful, and it said like early morning to me.
So this was done in September, you said?
Yep, of September of 18. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of, as I look at this, I can feel the imminent heat
Yes.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
you know that haze. Like, you know, it's going to be a rough day when
Yeah.
it starts off a bit hazy
Yeah.
because it's going to be trapped in some fashion.
Yes. Hmm.
I like this angle a lot. What's the other side? Like, if you were to
Hmm.
do it from the other side of the state house,
Right.
um, I know that you're doing it for the light and what have
Hmm.
you,
Yep.
but architecturally, is that as interesting to you as this side?
It's about this. It looks the same from all four corners, really,
Yeah.
architecturally. Yeah.
Okay. So there's no real.
Hmm.
And did you use this for anything, or this is just
I
Jeff's personal collection?
Yep. I have it for sale on my website, and it's I've sold a lot of prints of it over the
I
years. Yeah.
bet you have, man. I
Yeah.
bet you
And
have.
people have licensed it for different publications and so forth.
Yeah.
Representing Columbia.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see how this absolutely migrates into the larger media sphere and
Hmm.
becomes Columbia,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know there's a story here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Where are we? And we've got
Yeah.
two photographs before and
Hmm.
after, right?
Right. This is the couple of oops, of the former mental health hospital
Mm-hmm.
um, in the Bull Street district, and I always loved it. I always when I was shooting Fireflies games, I would always incorporate it into the background of my photos. And when I was flying my drone in that area, I would always get photos of it and so forth. And then let's see, what year was that? I think it was 2020.
Okay.
Yep, that was also September 2020.
All right.
There was a fire,
Mm-hmm.
and the cupola and a large part of it burned down.
Mm-hmm.
And so the state newspaper hired me to fly my drone and get photos of the damage of it afterwards.
Yeah.
So I contacted the fire department. Excuse me. And I said, I'm a drone photographer with the state newspaper. I'd like to get drone photos of the damage from the fire. And they said, well, it's still an active scene, but we'll let you know when we're done.
Uh-huh.
And so later that afternoon, they called and said, okay, we're done. You're free to fly.
I love the fire department because
Yeah.
I would tell you now
Mhm.
if I'd have said I'm a drone photographer for the state,
Mhm.
I'll call you back.
Right.
My cynicism was like I doubt very much, if you
Right.
will, but they did call you back.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah. I was 50-50 as to
Good for
whether
the
they.
fire department,
Yeah.
man.
Yep. They were great. So went over there. It was still smoking, as you could see, and got the photos. And it was a sad day because
Yeah,
excuse me so much. It was a sad day because that building meant a lot to me over the years, taking photographs of it. And,
yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. I mean, and it's architecturally very significant.
Yep.
They've done a good job in preserving that.
They really have.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they have because it's just so easy to knock it down and rebuild.
And they've now turned it into apartments. They replaced the couple of people are living there. A lot of the Fireflies players live there, so they can just walk to the stadium.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
And they did replace it, didn't they?
They did, yeah. It looks really good.
It's pretty magnificent, I
Yeah,
have to say.
as you can tell from the top photo, it was in disrepair.
It was.
The windows were boarded up, and it needed a paint job and stuff. So
Did they ever find out what caused that fire?
someone was sleeping in it, and
Really?
yeah, sleeping in the building, and
Yeah.
and caused the
No,
fire
no,
accidentally.
nobody died as a result of this,
No.
right? It's just a property
Yeah.
damage.
Yep.
Okay. So the before was taken long before the fire,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, a couple years before,
Okay.
like 2017 or 2018.
Okay. And you would obviously there's a drone one there too.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful, meaningful, and kind of poignant too.
Mhm.
I like it a lot. So we're down to number 3.
Yep. This is the Gervais Street Bridge dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a panoramic photo.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, it's 180 degrees. You've got West Columbia on the left side, and then you've got Columbia on the right side. And what you can do with your drone is you can position it in the air, and then you can tell it to make a panoramic photo. So it's stitched, I think, 36 photos together. So it starts by taking a photo on the bunch of photos on the left, then it moves its way across the scene from left to right and from top to bottom. Takes 36 photos, and then it stitches it together for you to make this panoramic.
All right. So there you are on the ground.
Mhm.
And are you looking at your phone, looking at the picture?
Both. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm keeping an eye on my drone. Make sure there's no. I wasn't real high, but planes do fly over the river a lot, so you got to keep an eye on the drone. And I'm looking at the phone to make sure that I've got the right composition and
And
so
it
forth.
takes these 36 pictures very quickly, I take it.
Yeah, it takes about 2 minutes.
Does it really?
Yep.
What happens if the drone moves a bit during?
Right. Yeah. So they're very good about staying very steady.
Okay.
They connect to GPS satellites. So when I'm in the air, it's connected to somewhere between a dozen and 17 GPS satellites, just like in your car. And so it locks itself into position in the air,
Yeah.
so it doesn't move. If it's real windy, it might move a little bit. And the smaller the drone, the more it's going to move in the wind. So my drone's a little bit bigger.
Okay.
So
Like
so
a predator drone, something
not
massive,
quite that big, yeah.
Right, I got you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about that size.
Okay.
It weighs a few pounds,
Okay.
and so it's less likely to move in the wind. Unfortunately, this was a calm day wind wise, and
So you needed to be steady to do that kind of 36
Yes,
stitching.
yeah, yeah.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
I feel like Stone Age man here because I'm thinking Polaroids and you're doing drones.
right, yeah.
What's next, Jeff? When you go after drones, I mean,
Right.
is it just better drones? Is
Yeah,
that where we are?
yeah, and they'll be flying themselves. They're already to the point where you can program them. You can plot spots on a map in the sky, and it'll fly around, take a picture there, take a picture there, take a picture there, and all that kind of stuff.
So I think I mentioned earlier to you, James Smith, a friend of mine, gave a paper recently on drones,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about the kind of military application of it.
Sure.
But one of the things he said was the swarming, the coordination among individual drones.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be applied for photography? So you've got multiple drones taking pictures of the same thing from different perspectives. Are they
Right,
doing that? Is that where we are?
Not to my knowledge, but I'm sure it's out there. They already have the drone shows. Like instead of fireworks shows, they'll
Yeah,
have
yeah.
drone shows with hundreds of drones, and they're all coordinated by a software program. And,
Right.
And they do their program flights and turn their lights on and off and all that stuff.
You know, I should
I'm
pat-
sure there's not a. I'm
I
sure
should
that there's
patent
no
my
reason.
idea. No, that's my idea.
Yeah,
I'm keeping
right,
that,
that's
right?
right,
You know, yeah. So, all right. So if you do it, do respect to
Okay.
Take on the South.
For sure.
All right, we are at number 3.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
Ooh.
So this
Okay.
was in February of 2018. I got a call from the Associated Press
Yeah.
that I live in Casey, and that there had been an Amtrak
Yeah.
train crash in Casey, which was just a couple miles from my house. And so I ran down there, and from the street level, you couldn't see anything.
Right.
So similar to the fire, I coordinated with emergency response. You can't fly a drone over something like this because they're doing search and rescue with their own drones
Yeah.
and so forth. So you got to be respectful of that.
Sure.
Several people did end up passing away. 40 or 50 people ended up in the hospital. There was a train that was parked, and the Amtrak passenger train rear-ended it.
Eey.
And so once I got permission to fly over it, then I did and got this photo.
Who did you have to get permission from for that?
It was from the KC Fire Department.
Okay, so
Yep.
they took lots of local jurisdiction over it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And out of all the photos I've taken in my life, this photo has got more widespread coverage than anywhere.
Is that right?
I do Google alerts where if my name
Yeah,
pops up with
yeah.
a photo,
Yeah.
I get my email the next day from Google alerts was like
Crazy. Yeah.
60 long. All these newspapers in Uzbekistan and all these places were running the photo.
So when they use, so let's say the newspaper in Uzbekistan uses, they have to pay you for it.
Well, I got paid by the Associated Press, and all the member papers that pay a subscription to the Associated
They
Press.
get it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what we need here, Jeff, is a Jeff Blake portal in which you use Jeff
Right.
Blake's pictures,
Yep,
especially
yep.
like that, right?
For sure. Yeah,
Early retirement, man.
that's right.
Well, of
Yep.
course. I mean, I can see why it's devastating, isn't
Yeah,
it? I
it is.
mean,
You can see
carnage.
why people died. Yeah,
Yeah, it's heart rending just to
Right.
see this.
and I was told by a nurse at Prisma Health that several of the patients had this photo taped to their wall.
Oh,
And it was kind of inspiring to them that they were able to survive such
course.
a terrible tragedy.
I mean, it's jumping 3 lines of track here.
Yep.
Do you know how fast it was going?
I don't,
It
but
must have been at speed.
it was.
It must
yeah.
have been at speed. I mean, it's barely recognizable.
I think
some
there
of
was
it.
an error where it got routed to the wrong track.
Yeah, I mean, I just poignant and powerful and
Hmm.
hard to take emotionally, right?
For
Just
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
All right, now before we get to number one, we're at number two.
Yeah.
Your number two favorite picture of drone
Hmm.
photography.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the city, this was from a couple months ago, the city of Columbia. This is the second time they've done it over the past 5 or 6 years, but they've hired me to go around and take photos of certain portions of Columbia and do
Hmm.
drone video of certain portions of Columbia. So they wanted photos in this case that illustrated the river.
Hmm.
And so again, I like to go out at sunrise and in the golden hour and get these photos. So I liked that the sun was rising behind the skyline, and then the bird was just a happy accident.
That's an icing on the cake, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Uh, and just the perspective. I mean, which bridge is that? 12th
Dr-
Street.
Uh,
Oh, is that Gervais?
yep, that's true.
Okay.
Yep.
That one just drags you in here, doesn't it?
It
Just like
does.
it drags cars in and
Yeah.
out of the city.
Right into the vista.
It's a typical, very powerful perspective that centers your eye,
Hmm.
which ends at the sun.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Thank
It's very, like it's just fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Has that been repopulated a lot too?
They're still working on their projects. I don't think
Okay.
they've used it yet, but
Okay.
we should be seeing it soon. I'm sure.
Well, they're lucky to have it.
I appreciate
All right, drum roll.
it. Yes.
Number one, Jeff Blake favored drone photograph.
Right.
And there's fierce competition for this, but this, I did not know your order, and I did not know what was number one, but I would tell you, I share this.
Yeah.
I think this is your number one picture.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, tell us about this.
So I really love this photo. It's a picture of two different trains going over the Congaree River at the same time, and I like to walk. Excuse me. I like to walk down the KC River Walk,
Yeah,
and a lot of times I'll take my drone with me. So I'd walk down toward the end of the KC River Walk, and I always love these railroad trestles. How
oh yeah.
especially at sunrise, they glow and.
Is that when this is at sunrise?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so the sun's behind you,
Yep.
and it's probably quite difficult to get one train, let
Right.
alone two trains.
Yeah, what a happy accident. So I heard the train coming, and I put the drone up in the air, and I got those two locomotives, and then just out of luck, that other train started coming right after.
Oh, you didn't know the other train because the
No.
other train had masked it, right?
Right.
That's
Exactly.
just happened. As a photographer, what percentage of your favorite photographs are down to happenstance and
Oh yeah,
luck?
a lot. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
50%. Yeah,
But you make your own luck, don't
Right,
you?
yeah,
Just by
yeah.
being out there
Luck.
and taking them.
luck is being prepared. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at this as a professional photographer, um, it- w- what makes you proud of this photograph?
Mhm. I love the lighting. I love the early morning light.
Hmm.
I love the composition with the two yellow locomotives that
Yeah.
kind of match
Yeah.
the golden light and everything,
Yeah.
and the way the river kind of leads you through the photos, and then in the top right corner you've got the Columbia skyline. So it's got a lot of things that I love in a photograph.
Yeah, and I think if those trains had been red or black, it wouldn't have worked.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a kind of unity between the trestle and the machine,
Yes, sir.
and it's that kind of harmony that I think really just pulls this one together.
Hmm.
I always think whenever I see these railroad bridges in Colombia, how spindly and fragile they look,
Right.
but they're very strong
Hmm.
and but very elegant, precisely because they're not massive or
Right.
over heavy. Well, I think this is fantastic. And have you sold this one? Do
I
people
have.
use
Yeah.
this?
I've sold a lot of prints of this one
Yeah, I bet.
Mhm.
This is a very nice thing to have in your house, I think.
for sure.
Regardless of whether you're a train buff or not,
Mhm.
it's just Columbia
Right. Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. Usually the trains in Columbia are annoying, but yeah, every now and then
What?
they're fun.
Oh, you know what? You've just put your finger on it because the great complaint of Colombia is
Yeah,
the trains.
for sure.
For
Yeah.
traffic, for sound.
Mhm.
This is the counter narrative.
Right.
This is why you should love trains in Columbia, South Carolina.
Right. Yeah. If you're flying, they're not in your way.
If you're flying, they're not in your way. All right, Jeff. Well, on that note, that happy note,
Yes, sir.
if you're flying, they're not in your way. It remains for me to say thank you. We can't wait to have you back on the show again.
Okay.
What you'll talk about
Yeah.
it remains a mystery.
USC basketball.
Oh my goodness, you're whetting my appetite. Jeff Blake, good to see you. Thanks so much for being
You
on
got
Take
it. I
on the
appreciate
South.
it. Yeah.
All right. was our take on the South. Let us know yours. Find us on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at U of SC South. Be sure to click and subscribe. Take on the South is produced by the Institute for Southern Studies and the McCausland College of Arts and Sciences at the University of South Carolina. Special thanks to Professor Dave Garner of the University of South Carolina School of Music for composing our soundtrack. Tune in next time for another Take on the South.